let's talk about the Oscar Snubs, the 2020 Oscar Snubs. There have been a lot of people on Twitter complaining. I have my own complaints. I'm excited to talk about it. I'm excited to get into it because there's some ones that I just don't understand. There's some that I wanted, and I'm going to call them snubs. I'm not surprised they didn't get nominated, but I'm still going to call them snubs. And there are big ones where I'm like, they got snubbed. And also, I still haven't seen The Farewell, sadly, so when people are complaining about getting snubbed, I would love to join those complaints, but I haven't seen the film yet. Now, I know the Academy cannot nominate everyone in the world. There's only 5 choices in pretty much every category minus Best Picture. But sometimes the Academy just made the wrong choice and this person should have been in there. So you're going to listen to me complain a little bit, but we'll move past it. So let's jump right into it. First and foremost, how did Lupita Nyong'o not get an Oscar nomination for actress in a leading role? I don't care if you liked Us or you didn't like the movie Us. The fact of the matter is, her performance in that movie was great. And I think we can all pretty much agree, or I think most people would agree, it was easily probably a top 5 acting role this year. I get it. There were a lot of great actors this year, and I'm not hating on the ones that got nominated, but Lupita Nyong'o should have been in there. She was a top 5 this year. Us, her performance in Us was out of this world. It was great. She practically played 2 characters in the movie. That one I don't understand. She should have gotten nominated. That's easily probably one of the top 2 biggest snubs I had, with the second one being this. How did Greta Gerwig not get nominated in the directing category? The work she did in Little Women was amazing. It was great. I ranked it as my number 5 movie of 2019. It was great. And one of the reasons it was so great was because of her directing. She deserved a spot, a nomination in the directing category. And it honestly blows my mind that she didn't get it. I kind of at a loss for words for that one because I was like, they're not gonna nominate her. And leading up to the Oscar nominations, I was starting to hear rumors that, maybe Little Women wasn't getting as much respect as it deserved. And then they actually announced it, and there was no Greta Gerwig, and I don't understand that one, and it blows my mind. Now let's talk about Parasite. Parasite got a pretty decent amount of nominations. Rightfully so. It was one of the best movies of 2019, and I'm excited to see if they win any of those categories. But what they didn't get is a nomination in any of the acting categories. I thought Song Kang-ho was going to get a nomination in supporting actor, and that didn't come. And I was like, is this something? Okay, well, clearly we're not going to give the respect to the actors and actresses in that movie, because at least one of them deserved a nomination. And I think even Choi Woo-shik, sorry if I'm saying that wrong, but he would have been a good nomination too, a good nomination choice. But I'm surprised that Parasite got completely left out of the acting category. I thought at least one of them deserved it. Any of the main 4 would have deserved it, and I'm actually really am surprised they didn't get nominated. And how about The Lighthouse pretty much getting swept? Pretty sure they only got 1 nomination for cinematography, which is deserved, but they didn't get a Best Picture nomination? Are you serious? And it blows my mind because the Academy gets, 10 choices for Best Picture, and they don't ever use them. But in a year like 2019 where there was good films, why don't we use them? Why don't we use all 10? We nominated 9. Why don't we just put The Lighthouse as number 10? Because all 9 films that got nominated were really good. I'm not denying any of them. They were good. I would have liked to see one of my favorites, Knives Out, get nominated, but I understood why it didn't get nominated because the 9 that did were really good. But The Lighthouse definitely deserved one. And when it comes to just pure filmmaking, Lighthouse was probably one of the top 3 films of the year. So I'm just shocked that Lighthouse didn't get a Best Picture nomination. It deserved it. And the fact, I thought at least Willem Dafoe or Robert Pattinson, one of them would have got an acting nod for nomination. That didn't happen either. I don't know why the Academy didn't give love to The Lighthouse this year. Filmmaking-wise, I'll say it again, it was one of the best films of the year. I'm shocked that it only got 1 nomination. And again, more snubs from the Academy that I just don't agree with. And one of the categories that I really struggled to agree with, I think I agreed with 3 out of the 5, was actor in a leading role. I don't understand their choices. Now, the 5 actors did a great job, but I only thought 3 of them should have got it. And one of the snubs for that category was Robert De Niro from The Irishman. I mean, where was he at? We're just going to forget about him? We nominated Pacino and Pesci. De Niro was just as good. He should have got a nomination. He was also snubbed. How about Michael Abels not getting a nomination for his score for Us? That was probably one of my top 3 favorite scores of 2019. That score for the movie Us was so creepy and eerie. It was great. It fit the movie really good. The main theme of that movie was out of this world. And to see him not get nominated for the score was mind-blowing. And finally, I don't know if this one's much of a snub, but more something that I wanted, but I still, to this day, think Florence Pugh's acting performance in Midsommar deserved a nomination. It was one of my favorite performances of the year from a leading actress. She was great throughout that entire movie. I loved the movie, and I don't understand how she didn't get more love from the Academy and just award ceremonies as it is so far. That role was out of this world. I'm glad she got nominated for Little Women. Well deserved. I think she also should have got nominated for Midsommar. And that's pretty much it for the snub. That's pretty much it for my complaints and the people that I think should have got nominated and didn't get nominated. I like the ones they nominated for visual effects. I was kind of hoping Alita would get nominated, but I wasn't surprised that it didn't. So I won't call that a snub because I seen that coming from a while away. It just didn't seem like it was going to happen. But some of these people who got snubbed, I'm shocked by it. I really am. I think the Academy needs to expand. I mean, they need to start looking at the overall movie year. But overall, I think the Academy's still missing something in their nominations and even their voting. And I think they're going to need to fix that. Well, thank you guys for listening to me complain, vent a little bit about these Oscar nominations. Now, make no mistake, I do think the people who got nominated were great. They all did a very good job. I don't think the Academy made some crazy choice, somebody that didn't do a good job. And this is going to be one of 2, maybe 3 Oscar videos that I will do on this channel this year. I will be watching all these films that got nominated so I can give you my picks, not my predictions, but my picks for every single category as if I was an Academy voter. And I'll probably release that a few days before the Oscars, and hopefully it'll be good. Hopefully I'll get some choices right. Hopefully some of the choices I want to win will actually win. And now that we're done, like I said, thank you guys for listening to me complain. Have a great morning, day, or night, wherever in the world you are, at whatever time you're watching this. Bye-bye.